guys, this is another thing, from me, this, just like a little personal double-edged recommendation, a special double-edged recommendation. This film here, Copland. I'm not sure how well you can see this here and there, but yeah, bada bing, Miramax special edition, Copland. And obviously, anybody who saw this in the theater and saw the by far inferior theatrical quality must watch this, But you blew it! Copland. Amazing film. An absolutely amazing film. You see, those who haven't seen Copland must watch that film immediately. Those who haven't seen Copland must watch that film immediately. Because Copland shows you that Stallone is actually a very good actor. Because people like say, "Oh, Stallone, you see, your Demolition Mans, you see your bloody Cobras, Cabretti, you see all these kinds of films that he's done, and all these big time action films that he's done, Get Carter, but then people forget that, man, this guy is actually a very good actor. He's actually a very good actor. Like, Arnie can't do a Copland. He can't do it. It's impossible. Van Damme, as much as he'll like to try or believe, he can't do a Copland. He can't do it. He just can't do it. Seagal can't do a Copland, But you see, but Stallone, man, when you see Copland, man, it's like, people just forget. They forget that Stallone, this guy, he was from the 70s. This is the guy that did Rocky, And when people really investigate as to why is Rambo just that much better than every other action hero, why is Rambo more than John McClane? Why is Rambo more than Jan Matrix? Why is Rambo more than anything Van Damme or Seagal has done? And that's because he's actually a very good actor. And he's a much better actor than all of these other... He's easily the best actor out of all these action guys, But I think it's like when you just see Copland. Basically, the basic premise, just to put it out there. Basic premise of Copland, man, is like, Sly Stallone is obviously this guy called Freddy, and he's in New Jersey, I believe. And basically, this New Jersey is basically a place where all these cops live, basically, you just have all of these policemen here who basically made this kind of like safe haven of place where everybody watches each other's back. So obviously there's some corruption and everything. That's because these policemen have formed a brotherhood, and this brotherhood is headed up by Harvey Keitel, aka Shego. And you have guys like Ray Liotta there. You have the underappreciated Robert Patrick there. Then you also have, and then you have the great De Niro, who is obviously IA, aka Internal Affairs, who's basically wants trying to investigate these guys, and basically his investigation will really get started when this guy, one of these policemen basically is believed to have been killed or died. But then there's some feelings that maybe he didn't die, and these policemen are trying to cover this thing up. So basically, it's all very murky and everything, how these policemen operate and the legal ways that they operate. And that's where Freddy comes into basically, because to begin with his team, he basically has to accept what is what. He's just a damn sheriff. He's not like these police officers who are basically above it, but he basically transforms through the film and has to basically take on the role that he's been given as the sheriff, as a guy who's supposed to basically protect the integrity of the neighborhood that he's head of, And yeah, man, but I think it's like, again, I think obviously I said this in Commander before. The beauty of this film is how simple it is. ES, effective simplicity. There's nothing too complex or too weird. It's just. And I think because even when I was watching, I was watching the film with the commentary from the director James Mangold and Stallone and Robert Patrick, and obviously the producer. And what they were saying is that I think what the producer was saying is that, man, you didn't really make dramas like this anymore, and it's true. it's true. I think when you think of like all the Oscar winners that have won, it's just all pretentious babble. You know, it's all just pretentious that, oh gosh, okay, yes, yeah, we're trying to be really real now, all the kind of stuff. I mean, really, you know, when you're watching Copland, you know, you think that, man, yeah, there's a very 70s film about it, and I think that's even what Stallone even said in the country, that he like, oh wow, yeah, he basically made a real film, aka like a 70s film, because it's just felt genuine. It wasn't trying to be pretentious. It wasn't trying to be real, like the rest of which was just trying too hard to be real. It was just there. The talent was there. The story was there, and it just happened organically and naturally. That, you know, there, this everything just feels real, you know. But the performances in this are absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. You know, I mean, like everybody's amazing in this film. I mean, even there's this guy called Arthur something who was actually a real police officer in New York working narcotics, you know, and just when you just look at him, you're like, yeah, man, this guy just feels genuine. I mean, all these guys, you know, the dialogue was obviously good, but I think they mentioned with how strong and real the script was, how well drawn the characters were, and just how good the acting was. But I mean, really, the centerpiece of all of this is Stallone. And it's just such a shame that, you know, people, you know, I think really, I mean, it's a shame into it. First, it's a shame that this did not really resonate enough with audiences to really be able to really appreciate just how good Stallone was in this film. I mean, it's easily an Oscar-worthy performance, you know, just because it is a perfect case of less is more, you know. He's not, you know, like acting out, crying, throwing around, doing all this crazy stuff, but like his character is believable. You believe that, yes, he is this character. You believe that, man, this guy is low. That this guy, people are basically like stepping on this guy's face. You know, you really believe it, you know. And just, I think like as a viewer, you know, you really go through this character's journey, you know, and I think Stallone just sells the character so well in this. Sells it so well. I mean, as I said, man, I'm not sure how many people have seen it, but those who haven't seen it, you need to get it immediately, man. It is a very, very, very good film. It's an extremely good film, you know, and just one of those films that, you know, I just missed it, you know, because I remember when seeing a poster for it and everything, and that's the key thing about this film. Hence why I think that maybe it didn't do that well, theatrically and all that stuff, is that when I actually saw the poster for the film, and it was Copland and it was Stallone, I thought it was an action film. So, okay, yeah, Stallone has a gun, and basically this is a place where they're all cops. Basically, Stallone decides to shoot down all these guys, and it's basically like it's basically another action film, but with cops, where everybody's a cop, like in this kind of westernized kind of place. So, but it wasn't that, man. It wasn't that, and I think people would have been very surprised by what Stallone was doing, because they expected, no, this is supposed to be the macho Stallone who's basically like, you know, the strong and tough. But I think you see, like, it's just such a shame that Stallone hasn't done more dramatic films. But I mean, he said recently during the whole Expendables press jump that, oh, he feels like, you know, he's too old to be doing those films. Like, you know, he doesn't think that people will want him to do be seeing him in those dramatic films anymore. But I think that's unfortunate, and I don't think that's true. I think Stallone, he's still a rare talent when it comes to dramatic acting. He's still a very rare talent. You know, because for me, I tell you, man, like his performance as a Rocky is extraordinary, man. I mean, that's why people just need to do their homework and their research. I mean, Stallone, he created two iconic characters who have